Thanks for calling Discover. This is Diego.
Hi, Diego. It's Jennifer Coolidge. I just want to say your cashback match makes me feel so special. It really inspired me.
That's great. Doubling the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year is what we do.
Well, I'm doubling everything now. Double dating, double dipping, double feature, double header, double whammy. Basically double or nothing.
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
USA, well, they are off to the gold medal round in the Olympics as they come back from a 17-point deficit to beat Serbia 95-91. In the gold medal game, they'll face Victor Wembanyama and the French national team as the host team will play the U.S. 2:30 on Saturday. Who are you rooting for? We'll discuss coming up on Extra Innings.
This is Extra Innings with Pleasure.
Truth is, I am Iron Man.
Rock and roll! The Texans win it!
You've been called the Da Vinci of our time. What do you say to that?
Absolutely ridiculous. I don't paint.
That goal is history! A walk-off home run!
And it's going to be legendary.
James Pledger wraps your day with insight, opinion, plenty of sarcasm, and of course, your calls. He'll even pour a beer out the door for his favorite story of the day. This is Extra Innings with Pledger. Now, here's Pledge.
Welcome into Extra Innings with Pleasure right here on San Antonio Sports Star, 94.1 FM, sasportsstar.com. Appreciate y'all for joining me, however y'all are joining, whether that's on 94.1 FM, on your radio dials. If you happen to be listening live, streaming via our website at sasportsstar.com, via our AA Best Bail Bonds audio player, or if you're joining us on our YouTube channel. I appreciate everybody for already jumping in the comments. You can comment along. Go to SA Sports Star on YouTube, like, subscribe, comment along. Ms. Becky, Daniel Bautista, Frank Valdez, Jacob Eric, Fred Records, already up in the chat. And yes, Jacob Eric, you are right. USA, USA, USA. Americans are in the gold medal game in basketball. And yes, Wemby is also in the gold medal game. But they are playing for two separate teams. And it is become a point of topic around the radio station that has brought on conversation of who are you cheering for? Because there is this thought process that the United States, the team isn't likable. There are a bunch of, especially for Spurs fans, you've got LeBron James and Anthony Davis and Joel Embiid and a bunch of players on the U.S. squad, Jason Tatum, that aren't fan favorites outside of their own city. And especially in San Antonio with the long history with LeBron James and the Miami Heat, and before that, the Cleveland Cavaliers, there's been a bit of a rivalry between them. Now, that team does have players that you like to cheer for, and Steph Curry and Eric White, who is a former Spur. But Wemby is the focal point of San Antonio. He is the future, the present, and he is what this city really has to hang their hat on. And we'll take your calls at 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. But the one thing a lot of people around the radio station were talking about was, well, we cheered for Manu, and Frank Valdez brings it up. Can Wemby pull a Manu? There's a difference between what's going on with Wemby and what happened with Manu. What happened with Manu, the U.S. team was really bad. They didn't that was just a putrid U.S. team that led to the accumulation of talent instead of the gathering of stars. They wanted to make sure that pieces fit together and that they were bringing the right guys to the Olympics to try and bring home the gold every time. And that Olympic cycle kind of spurred this because we didn't send our best that year and it wasn't enough. And even though we didn't send our best, not only did we not send our best, we didn't send our best and we didn't send a team that cohesively fit together, which made it worse. And so Manu was not playing against the U.S. for a gold medal. Wemby is playing against the U.S. for a gold medal. So it was easier to cheer for Manu because you didn't have the U.S. in it anymore. Now you're putting your patriotism against your fandom. And patriotism should win out. Look, I understand that there's not a reason to particularly like LeBron James, but I came to this conclusion a while ago. I was never a huge fan of LeBron James. Michael Jordan growing up. I noticed his greatness, but I hated him. And it kept me in a sense from enjoying what he did and the greatness that happened that I nearly missed out on. And I vowed to myself never to do that again, which is why I always appreciated Tom Brady, which is why I'm appreciating Mahomes for what he's doing now, and so on and so on. Federer and now Djokovic. There are instances in sports where things happen that you may never see that kind of level of greatness again. Enjoy it while it's there. Like Kobe Bryant. There were a lot of Spurs fans that hated Kobe Bryant. And then it's too late. So don't hate this U.S. team because of the people that are on it. Embrace it because it is your country. And we are trying to get more gold medals than China. And they are close on our heels, and I haven't even checked the medal count today to see if they got us. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776 if you want to be a part of the conversation. Drew, what's going on, my man? Thanks for calling into Extra Innings with Pledge. How you doing, brother?
I get what you're saying while you're saying that you got to root for the United States. They make it hard for me to root for those guys. I mean, and the way they're calling a game, like we discussed earlier, it's not bad. It's bad enough that they have the Avengers of basketball, but then you got to call the game the way it's been called when they. I couldn't see it any other way than what I told you earlier, where they allowed over physicality on Joker, the one guy that can guide Lithuania, who was guiding Lithuania to an upset, and then they called that fourth foul that was BS, right? I don't know how they're leaning, whether they're going to favor France, but I can't root for these billionaires. They're billionaires with their outside endeavors and their all kind of have you seen Steph Curry's horrible little TV series on Peacock? It's terrible.
Haven't watched
it's supposed to be like terrible. It's trying to be like The Office, and it's not any good.
I want to ask you a question, Drew.
Yeah.
Have you ever watched the Olympics or any kind of international sporting event before?
I watch them what do you mean? I watch them all the time.
Okay. I'm just, because this isn't new. FIFA has been fixed and dirty for years. They took a gold medal away from the basketball team back from the U.S. when they played the USSR, Soviet Union back in the 80s. It could go the
other way in the favor of the United States.
They've taken boxing medals away from players because the judge. It's always been dirty.
But it's always been dirty. Back then, that was more international politics, right? So you're saying the dirtiness now is this international, multinational corporations because that's why they need the U.S. to be in the finals. That's why they're going to screw Lithuania over,
Well,
right? Because there's no politics. There's no iron curtain that we're fighting. There's no communism versus freedom. This is a whole different ballgame. That's what the corruption was back then, and the corruption now is
sponsors.
multinational corporations and sponsorships, and they need to get them forward, right?
It's about money.
So
It's always about money.
Okay. Back then, I don't think it was too much about money. I watched those things back then. I'm a little bit older than you. And when people were getting shot up at the Olympics in the 70s, that wasn't about money. It was not.
That was not.
No. I think that this money thing started after the alleged fall of communism in the early 90s. And now we're turning into this corporate, whatever this bizarre thing is, where China is using capitalism to further their influence over the world instead of using bombs and threatening each other stuff. But we're not going to get into the debate. I still think it's corrupt. I'm on the side of.
So you think they're just incompetent?
No, I think they're totally corrupt, like you said.
Okay.
They totally had it. They totally. The IOC is the most corrupt organization in the history of the world. The idea that they say that they can't allow people to take drugs is a farce. The fact that they're going to collect $70 billion for themselves, and they're paying themselves. The people on the committee are millionaires from working on the committee, and then that somebody who's dedicated in a sport and is like doing beach volleyball has to be waiting tables. It's disgusting. But then you insert, because people were upset about the United States losing a basketball game against Russia, and because I saw that one where David Robson lost against Russia in the 88 game.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, "Oh, we got to have all the bets." Fine. And those people were conducting themselves up to this point, I guess in the early 2000s, I guess up when the Timmy lost. They lost 2 games in the preliminary round at 10-18. They were, I don't know what they could, not here there, but that team was an all-star team, and they should, and whatever the coach was a jerk or they were whatever, but that was probably the last team where everybody wasn't like, oh, I got to represent my outside company, and I got to put this phony face on and this other thing because I'm Steph Curry. I'm at the end of my career, and I'm on Peacock, and I got to deal with Peacock to put a stupid TV series on where I'm pretending to be a comedian. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
So I'm rooting for Wemby. Because I think, from what I've seen,
because you hate America. Got
it. Did I say I hate America? Put me on, man. You put me on, dude. You want to talk about it?
We are on, dude.
Oh, we're on the air. Thank you for letting me know. I hate America.
I told you you're on the air. Well, I said, welcome on to Extra Innings with Pledge.
Okay, I hate it. No, I hate the bastardization of the sport by these multinational corporations, where everybody is going. There's no morality here. The morality is the dollar. The people in France want to win the gold medal on that basketball team because it's in France and they're representing their country. The people on that have won multiple gold medals. They're there to further their Q rating so that they can be richer than they already are.
Sure.
And they can further their outside endeavors with the 80 different companies that each one of them own. And back when it was the dream team, there was like, okay, these guys are going there to do something for the country or for basketball. And they conducted themselves that way. I'm just saying that every one of those people on that team right now, on Team USA, is a gigantic moral phony. They're the most phoniest team that I've ever seen there. They're the most disingenuous team that I've ever seen. And the fact that they're the alleged best, that then the refs have to get involved in this game where they're allowing Joker to get basically scrummed out under the basket by LeBron James and whoever else was powerful in the forward position, and then call a foul based on because AD flopped into his own guy for the fourth foul, so he's limited. I call that BS, and I'm not there to root for that team when they come out there with the attitude like, oh, yeah, we're going to do this anyway.
I appreciate the phone call, Drew. I really do. And look, this is the way the Olympics have been, and we've got to understand what we're dealing with, what we're watching in a lot of circumstances, because I don't think it's ever going to be as clean as we want it to be. There are going to be preconceived notions that the refs and everybody else has to do, and USA has to prove that they are the best. And right now, they're on a collision course to do that for that gold medal. We'll talk more about this with Joe Reinagle of the Blitz as he joins me next on the Buyers Barricades guest line right here on Extra Innings with Pleasure on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
San Antonio Sports Star.
This is the famous footwear that makes us actually want to go back to school with the newest styles from all your favorite brands like Nike, Adidas, Crocs, Converse, New Balance, Birkenstock, and more. You'll find everything kids want, all at prices parents can appreciate, because you don't have to overspend to make it famous. Famous Footwear even has fit experts in store to make sure you get the right size every time. So for the perfect fit, make it famous. Plus, right now, buy one, get one half off when you shop your local Famous Footwear or famous.com. Some exclusions apply.
DQ presents... Picture this. Picture the DQ $7 bacon cheeseburger meal deal. Not just a cheeseburger, a bacon cheeseburger. Plus fries, drink, and a sundae. All full-sized, all for $7. Because everything's better with bacon. Everything's also better with a side of fries, a refreshing drink, and a sundae to finish. Yum. The $7 bacon cheeseburger meal deal. Now for a limited time on the $7 meal deal lineup. DQ. Happy tastes good.
You've got to watch your NFL team every Sunday, and Verizon's got you covered for all your team's out-of-market games every Sunday afternoon. Come on! From kickoff to sign-off, from first downs and touchdowns
That's right.
to turnovers, no, and overturned plays.
After review, the pass was incomplete.
Nice.
Let's go! This season, win every Sunday with Verizon. Get a great deal on NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV and a new phone. Excludes digital-only games. Terms and embargoes apply.
At Vanguard, you're more than just an investor, you're an owner. So whether you're planning for retirement or trying to save up for your next big adventure, Vanguard will help work alongside you to set personalized investment goals. That's the value of ownership. All investing is subject to risk. Vanguard is owned by its funds, which are owned by Vanguard's fund shareholder clients. Vanguard Marketing Corporation, distributor.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text EQUAL to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text EQUAL to 321-321. That's EQUAL to 321-321.
El Guacamole Mix 020 Pickle Road is now ready to serve up the cold drinks with your favorite Mexican dish. Come celebrate the grand opening of their bar this August 15th and get a free margarita only at El Guacamole Mexican Grill, 25020 Blanco Road.
Looking for the perfect spot to catch the game? Come to 49 Cigars, where great sports meet the finest cigars. Enjoy big screen TVs, an exclusive cigar collection, plus BYOB. Visit 49 Cigars at Village of Stone Oak, Suite 101, 49cigars.com.
The Australian Pink Floyd Show, first class traveling set world tour 2024, August 22nd, Boeing Center at Techport. Tickets on sale now at livenation.com. The Australian Pink Floyd Show.
Oh, welcome back into Extra Innings with Pleasure right here on San Antonio Sports Star, 94.1 FM, sasportstar.com. I am James Pledger. Thanks for joining me on this Thursday evening as we get ready to cruise into a Friday. Joining me now on the Buyers Barricades guest line is one Joe Reinagel of the Blitz. Weekdays 2 to 6 right here on San Antonio Sports Star 94.1 FM. And Joe, unknowingly, you started a firestorm today as Sam asked you a question, because there are parallels in us cheering for another country because we did it with Manu, but it was different because Manu didn't have to play against the U.S. in the gold medal game, so there was no conflict like there's going to be with Victor Wembanyama. That American team was bad. It didn't fit. It wasn't our best players. We thought we could just roll anyone out there and win, and we threw just a bunch of stars out there, and it didn't work, and that's kind of what forced USA into not only bringing the best of the best, but on top of bringing the best of the best, was making sure those players knew they had to fit together to play together. And they did get a scare today against Serbia, but we've said a million times, it's hard to beat a team 3 times in a row.
Yeah, it is. And you hit the nail on the head there, and I think that's a problem with not just the United States, but any team. When you bring people together that don't play together normally, chemistry is a real thing. And sometimes that can be a problem. And I think you saw Serbia today play like a team. The United States went out there and just really couldn't get anything going until they had to. And so I thought it was a great game. My goodness, it was a great game. And United States fortunate to be moving on to the gold medal.
They are. And now they are going to be taking on the prodigal son in his home city. And he's the prodigal son not only for French basketball and the national team, but the San Antonio Spurs. So at least in the city of San Antonio, I see the conflict.
Well, yeah, I mean, there is a conflict. And I think that, and I think it's okay. People that, oh, well, you hate America. Yeah, that's baloney. I like the underdog story, and for Victor Wembanyama, to me, he is a San Antonio Spur, right? And he's an up and comer. And my point is, look, if France were to somehow upset the United States, I don't think there's a chance in hell they do that. But if they did, then yeah, I'd be happy about it. I would be happy for Wemby. I'm not going to sit there and cry and say, oh, wow, yeah, we got screwed. And nobody – it doesn't matter to me, especially in basketball. Look, I've enjoyed the Olympics this year. And I'm not usually much of an Olympic watcher, I'll be honest with you. But I've enjoyed it, watching, athletes like Simone Biles and just the stuff that she can do. Katie Ledecky and her dominance. And I just think all of that is fantastic. And look, I'm as prideful as anybody. I want to see us beat the Chinese and gold medals and all of that. That's great. But if we happen to lose one because France gets lucky as hell, then you know what? Hey, I'm okay with it. And if that makes me unpatriotic, then so be it.
Well, I think where the disconnect today on the show is you expect America to win, but it's the cheering for France, which means you're cheering against America.
Cheering for Victor Wembanyama and cheering against LeBron James. Look, LeBron James and I have a history as far as I don't know the man. That's not what I mean personally.
What did he do to you?
Well, I mean, think about it. How many times when I TV for 25 years, I was fortunate enough to cover the Spurs and all their championship runs, and it was great. Well, a bunch of those championship runs involved LeBron James.
Yep.
So, it's that sports hate, and that's what it is. And so I don't like the guy. I heard you mention Kobe Bryant. I know a lot of people disliked him. I don't think anybody hates anybody in that sense, but his sports hate is real. And I just think that, as in a sports reference, I don't want to see him succeed. So the guy's one of the greatest basketball players to ever play the game. Respect is there without a doubt. But if he loses, I'm okay with it. And just because he's got a USA on his chest, I don't really care at this point.
See, that's my question though, because we do have sports hate, but usually it's dependent on laundry. Like Chris Paul, there's been a lot of angst and animosity towards him in this city because of some of the teams he's played for in the past. And now that he is a Spur, he's seemingly welcomed in with open arms by most fans, knowing that he is going to improve this team. LeBron James is playing in a jersey that represents literally all of us.
Yeah. Yes, I know, and I'm a communist for not wanting him to succeed. I get it. I know. Oh my gosh, how could I even suggest that? It's horrible. Oh my gosh, it's ridiculous. Look, they're going to win, and they're going to get the gold, and all of that's going to be good. All I'm saying is, look, if Wemby should happen to play his butt off and France gets lucky as hell and wins the game, I'm not going to go crawl in a corner and cry about it. I'm going to be happy for Victor Wembanyama. Look, Rudy Gobert's Rudy Gobert. I really don't give a damn about him or anybody else on that team. But if Wemby brings up, if Wemby happens to bring a gold medal back to San Antonio, hey, I'm okay with it. It's not gonna ruin my day. So that's all I'm saying. I expect the United States to win. Fully expect them to win. They'll probably kick France's ass. But I just, if a miracle should happen, I'm not going to cry about it. I'm going to be happy for Wemby.
Look, you talk about sports hate, guys. That Rudy Gobert should be high on that list. He closed down the NBA in 2020.
He did. The little wiener gets, COVID for the first. It could shut him down. And plus, he just – Joel Embiid is probably going to school him.
He gave LeBron an extra title.
I don't care about Rudy Gobert. I have no allegiance to Rudy Gobert or anybody else on that French team other than Wemby. And if he happens to play well and they pull off a miracle, then I'll tell you what, my day is going to go on just fine, and I'm not going to have any issues sleeping that night.
He is Joe Reinagle of the Blitz. Catch him weekdays from 2 to 6 right here on San Antonio Sports Star. Before I let you go, I want to ask you about the Cowboys having a game coming up this weekend, and it'll be our first chance to really get a look at some certain things within the Dallas Cowboys that we're very interested about. The running back room, the offensive line, what Zimmer's defense could potentially look like, and Trey Lance, to name a couple of the things. What are 2 or 3 of the things that you are most looking forward to focusing on during this upcoming preseason game, a game you can catch here on San Antonio Sports Star, your South Texas home for the Dallas Cowboys?
Yeah, the first and foremost, Pledge, is Trey Lance. I want to see. This kid just has not had much of an opportunity under fire, and I want to see if he's got it. What I saw at training camp last week was not impressive at all, and I was really going out there with an open mind, seeing if maybe he would be something or do something, or there was even a chance, and I didn't see anything that impressed me at all. That's number one. So I want to see how he looks in a real game situation. The other thing is the running back room, although we're not going to see. No doubt, but how is Rico Dowdle? I'm not sure Royce Freeman will play. He got a little dinged up last week, but I want to see how the running backs look too. And then obviously that offensive line, Cooper Beebe, I think is going to be a huge star, and he'll probably get a lot of action. Tyler Guyton too, and see how they look. That defense, I think, is going to be just fine. Man, I really believe that. I think they're going to be just fine. I think the Cowboys, that's going to be the strength of this team this year. And they're going to keep the Cowboys in a lot of games. So I'm not too worried about the defense, but I really want to see Trey Lance play and see what kind of a head he has on his shoulders and what he does under pressure situations.
He is Joe Rangel. Catch him and Jason Minix every weekday from 2 to 6 here on San Antonio Sports Star. Joe, appreciate the time. Enjoy your evening, my brother.
Anytime, Pledge.
That is Joe Rangel joining me on the Buyers Barricades guest line. They provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond. You can check them out online at buyersbarricades.com. Coming up next, speaking of the Cowboys, what are you looking forward to the most this weekend when they take on the Rams this Sunday, right here on your South Texas home for the Dallas Cowboys? Is it Trey Lance? Will it be that new look offensive line? Could it potentially be Mozzie Smith? We'll go over some of the things to keep an eye out for. But what are you most looking forward to seeing when it comes to their first preseason game? We'll discuss next right here on Extra Innings with Pledger on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
South Texas home for the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Sunday afternoon at 3:30, the Cowboys travel from training camp in Oxnard to Los Angeles to take on the Rams in their first of 3 preseason games. Pre-game starts at 2:30. Presented by AA Best Bell Bonds and Ewald Kubota. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
I don't feel so good.
You do feel hot. Dayquil Kids will take care of that fever.
What about my cough?
Dayquil Kids has that covered.
Will it make my throat feel better?
Yes, that too.
But will it taste good?
Yep, Dayquil Kids comes in your favorite flavor.
Purple?
Well, yes, it's grape.
Try new Dayquil Kids Plus Fever, the daytime coughing, aching, sore throat fever just for kids medicine. Safe for kids 6+. Use as directed.
You've got to watch your NFL team every Sunday, and Verizon's got you covered for all your team's out-of-market games every Sunday afternoon. Come on! From kickoff to sign-off, from first downs and touchdowns
That's right.
to turnovers, no, and overturned plays.
After review, the pass was incomplete.
Nice. Let's go! This season, win every Sunday with Verizon. Get a great deal on NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV and a new phone. Excludes digital-only games. Terms and embargoes apply.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149. Working from home, you realize you don't have enough outlets or USB ports. Hill Electric can fix that for you. For over 3 decades, the family-owned Hill Electric has served San Antonio homes and businesses. From adding an outlet, fixing that fuse that always blows, or that flickering light, Hill Electric has the right service at the right price, and there is never a service charge and always free estimates. Call Hill Electric at 210-404-9074. That's 404-9074. Or go to hill-electric.com.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With Venture X, earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and turn everyday purchases into extraordinary trips. Plus, receive premium travel benefits like access to over 1,300 airport lounges where you just check in and chill out. Open up a world of possibilities with Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
You've got a Pepto predicament, Beach Bum.
Hey, we're heading down to the beach. You coming?
Yeah, Dad. You coming?
I had a little too much to eat at the resort buffet. I need a minute. Oh, you overdid it. And now your beach vacation is giving you belly waves. Undo it with Pepto.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Pepto chewables provide fast 5-symptom relief.
That's for Dad.
When you overdo it, undo it with Pepto. Use as directed. You gotta reach the children.
Meet Cheryl. Hey. She's on vacation and lost in the moment. Unfortunately, so is her Chase debit card.
It's got to be somewhere.
Maybe she lost it at Salsa Night.
These skirts should have pockets.
Or maybe she lost it at Pilates.
3 and 2 and...
But she's not worried. With the Chase mobile app, she can lock her card till it turns up. Tools that help protect. One bank that puts you in control. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank, NA member FDIC.
Need assistance with door and window projects? The Home Depot can help.
From inspiration and materials to ordering and installation, our free Millwork virtual apron service can get you moving and doing. Plus, we speak Spanish too. Our associates can help you tackle complex jobs without you leaving the job site, saving you time and money. Call us at 1-833-HD-APRON or visit homedepot.com/MBA. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
If you're a man and you live in or around the San Antonio area, you need to listen to this message. Do you find yourself stressing about or even avoiding intimate moments? Do you find yourself thinking, is it going to work? Does your partner look at you and ask, is it me? Did I do something wrong? Do you get frustrated when things don't live up to their expectations? Men, you're not alone, and we have a solution. For over a decade, Mojo has delivered 100% guaranteed male performance results. Mojo truly works every single time. Guys, Mojo works when all other things fail, and its proprietary formula has helped thousands of men live their best lives again. Yeah! Mojo is 100% natural, blood pressure safe, diabetic friendly, and fast acting. And Mojo is now available in both spray and capsule formulas exclusively at Pure Line Nutrition. Call Pure Line Nutrition in San Antonio today at 210-494-2210. That's Pure Line Nutrition, 210-494-2210.
This is Andrew Monaco, and the Aggies play here. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Welcome back into Extra Innings with Pleasure right here on San Antonio Sports Star, 94.1 FM, sasportstar.com. Couple of comments coming in on the YouTube chat. If you're not, subscribe to the YouTube channel, 2106 at SA Sports Star. Like, subscribe. Jacob Barrett in reference to us talking about Wemby, the Olympics, the players, and the lack of, hospitableness you have towards some of the players that are on Team USA. Says it's always about the name on the front of the jersey, not the name on the back, which is and should always be true. Going to break, I asked, what are you most excited to see about with the Cowboys this weekend? What are you looking for? And J4 says he wants to see the starting special teams. And I'll tell you, watching the Texans last week, seeing their first game, I was kind of locked in on that. That and the new jerseys. The new uniforms looked sick, but the kickoffs I was very interested in for the most part. And because it was the one thing I could look at and really take something from, knowing that they weren't going to be playing a lot of their starters in that game, in the Hall of Fame game. I think the Cowboys fans, you should also be looking at in a similar situation. You're not going to see Dak Prescott. You're not going to see Zeke Elliott probably. You know, there aren't going to be guys you're probably not going to be seeing during their first preseason game. I would highly doubt you would see a Micah Parsons. But you will get to see the new kickoff. And John Bones Fossil is great. He is one of, if not the best special teams coordinator in the NFL. So him being a part of fighting for this new kickoff rule tells me he's going to have some stuff up his sleeve. Now, will he show it off? I don't think so. But I do expect to see some of it. So it will be very interesting to kind of see how that looks from their end. And Mike McCarthy was actually excited to get that stuff tried out today in a joint practice against the Rams.
Yeah, I think today will be a great step. You know, it'll be the first time to go against, the competition. I do. I just, you're just watching the way we've been training it. Obviously involved in the, in development of this for a couple of years now. So, this off season was really similar to the last three off seasons. So, but it's cool to watch it come together. So today will be a big step.
Now, for me, one of the big things, and Joe alluded to it as well, that I think every Cowboy fan's going to want to see is something from Trey Lance. Anything. Flashes, just competence, or at least a sign that says, all right, this guy he ain't it. Need to move on and figure out the plan to develop someone behind Cooper Rush, whatever it may be. But knowing what you have from Trey Lance going into the season, I think is going to be very crucial. And one of the people that has been working with him is his quarterbacks coach, Scott Tolzien. And he talked about what he wants to see from Trey Lance in these upcoming joint practices and preseason game coming up on Sunday.
Just working on the things that we work on. I wouldn't say it's one thing specifically, but goal with him is just to be process based and just keep trying to stack the good days, because he's still a baby in the system, and love where he's at, and we'll continue to keep building on those details.
Still a baby in the system. He's been in the building for over a year now, and they haven't changed the system since he's gotten there. So I wonder about where he truly is. And I think seeing him in game action will finally give us a clue of where he truly does sit. Trey Lance was on the Doomsday podcast with Ed Werder and Matt Mosley talking about his upcoming game this weekend against the Los Angeles Rams, knowing this preseason he would be getting a bunch of reps.
Yeah, just very excited for it. I don't know what the timeline will be like of my snaps, but yeah, assuming I'll play a lot, excited to play as many snaps as I can possibly get. But yeah, just approaching it like I have every other game, honestly. Obviously different than a regular season game and the game planning and things like that. But yeah, just excited, getting as many reps with these guys as I can, and excited to go out there and show what we can do.
I was Trey Lance on the Doomsday podcast, and I think one thing that we all kind of start to forget, Trey Lance is still relatively young. He came out young, and he is only 24 years of age. Now, you would like to have seen some growth sometime between 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Without the reps, whatever it may be. But he was asked on the Doomsday podcast if he's talked to other quarterbacks that have had to sit and wait their turn, a la a Jordan Love or Aaron Rodgers, or if he's reached out to different quarterbacks around the league that had to wait their turn before the reins were finally handed over to them.
Yeah, not like specifically asking them, but I'm friends with a few of those guys. You know, Jordan Love is one of those guys that I'm pretty good friends with. So just being able to talk to him, know the type of person he is, you know, how he saw it, you know, throughout that whole entire process. But for me, like I said, I think everyone's journey is just a little bit different. Everyone's story is unique. No one got here the same exact way. No one's story played out. Like you said, if you would have told me 3 years ago I was going to be here at Dallas Cowboys training camp, you know, I probably wouldn't have believed you, but I think that's just part of it. You know, God works in mysterious ways, and I think that's truly part of the plan, regardless of we don't know why. I might never know why. I might know why in a week, a month, a year, but it's all part of it.
May not matter that you ever know why.
No doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Now, on our YouTube channel, The Drew Show says Trey was a third overall pick, who gave up the farm, by the way, to move up to that third pick to get him, by quarterback guru Kyle Shanahan. How did it go so wrong in 2021? Maybe just because he's not good. J4 says Cowboys staff speaks how the way that the Cowboys staff speaks on Trey makes him wonder if he can even read X's and O's. Is he like Nick Cannon from Dummy? Can he even read music? Or from Drumline, sorry. Can he even read music? That's a really good question. I like I said, I can't on the field because some guys are gamers. Remember, Dak looked awful in practice when he was a rookie. But when the game went, everything looked better. And that first game was against the Rams, where he kind of balled out in the preseason and led the Cowboys to believe that they didn't need to go after one Nick Foles, who was a free agent at the time, who just retired today, by the way. It's very, very interesting. to me, Trey Lance is the biggest question when it comes to the preseason game, and there's not a close second. Keep it coming on the YouTube channel at SA Sports Star. Like, subscribe. You can comment along or call in 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. The Houston Texans are up in Ohio finishing things up as they get set for a preseason game against the Pittsburgh Steelers. And like J4 says on our YouTube channel, he'd be content with seeing a little flash of Justin Fields. If he could see that with Lance, he'd be content. Well, Justin Fields will be the one starting against the Texans in that first preseason game. Will he give that job up? We'll discuss whether he could or shouldn't and what the Texans will be looking like as we get into some actual starters playing in the game on Friday. That's coming up here on Extra Innings with Pledge on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's time to huddle up and listen close. For 2024, we pay tribute to a true game changer in the world of snacks, the unrivaled, the unbeatable, the pork rind. Yes, it's crunch time, and we're not just talking about the last few nail-biting minutes of the game. We're talking about a snack so audaciously crunchy, it puts those pretentious chips and pretzels to shame. So here's to you, Southern Recipe pork rinds, for being more than just a crunch. Southern Recipe pork rinds. It's crunch time. Find your rind at HEB.
Timmy, everybody. Great job. Next up for our 5th grade class recital, we have Samantha.
10 times better performance can make a big difference. Castrol Edge Motor Oil gives your engine 10 times better high-stress performance. Castrol Edge, better oil for maximum performance. Now through December 28th, Castrol Edge and Edge High Mileage Motor Oil are on rollback at Walmart.
Claim based on sequence 9 test under high-load conditions versus API SP test limits.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Diego.
Hi, Diego. It's Jennifer Coolidge. I just want to say your cashback match makes me feel so special. It really inspired me.
That's great. Doubling the cashback you've earned at the end of your first year is what we do.
Well, I'm doubling everything now. Double dating, double dipping, double feature, double header, double whammy. Basically double or nothing.
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
See website for details. Bills Happen is not a lender and does not make credit decisions. Must be 18 years old. Not available in all states.
Honey, the credit card bill came and we're maxed out.
Great. Maxed out cards, rent is due, bills are piling up. We just need some extra cash to help us get by for a few weeks.
We should do what my brother did. He went to billshappen.com and got $3,000 the next day.
With our bad credit, I don't think so.
Billshappen.com is different. They are one of the largest personal loan networks. They can help people with all credit types get up to $5,000.
I'm sure there's a lot of paperwork.
Nope, my brother said it was easy. He did it right from his phone.
If you have a regular source of income, you can be approved for a loan for up to $5,000 in minutes, and your cash can hit your bank account the next day. Bills Happen's lenders have millions of dollars to lend, regardless of your credit history.
Great news! I went to billshappen.com, and we will have our money as soon as tomorrow.
Wow, that is fast.
If you need extra cash, go to billshappen.com. That's billshappen.com. Billshappen.com.
Hey everybody, it's Joe Reinagel from The Blitz. I cannot tell you how happy I am with my brand new Connecticut quality water softener. Had it in my house now for about 2 weeks, and the difference it is making is just unbelievable. Connecticut's been serving San Antonio for over 50 years. Their products are made in America. And you live in San Antonio in South Texas, a water softener, it's a must. And Connecticut is the absolute best, up to 80% more efficient than competing models. Simple design, fewer moving parts, and in fact, you don't plug it in. No plug-in at all. It does not run on electricity. It only works when you need things in your home. Connecticut is going to let you try one for 90 days, absolutely free with no contract. All you have to do is give them a call, 656-PURE, 656-7873, or ConnecticutSA.com.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUD.
Selling your home is full of catch-22s. Do you pay for upgrades like new flooring and fresh paint to sell for more, or put that money toward your dream home? Jason Innings here from San Antonio Sports Star. I want to tell you about Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program, where you can do both. Get more money for your current home and put more money down on your new one. Here's how it works. Orchard makes you an impressive backup cash offer for your old home that unlocks cash for you to buy and move into your new home. Next, your Orchard team handles the repairs and upgrades on your old home at no upfront cost. Then your local Orchard agent lists, shows, and sells your home on the market. One customer said, quote, "Orchard sold my home for more than I expected, and I got a golf cart." Home selling doesn't have to be a catch-22. With Orchard, get expert guidance and top dollar for your home. Visit Orchard.com and start with your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com. Orchard.com.
It's Extra Innings with Pledger on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Welcome back into Extra Innings with Pleasure right here on San Antonio Sports Star, 94.1 FM, sasportstar.com. Houston Texans finishing up training camp as they get ready to take on the Steelers, and I'm a Justin Fields fan. I don't think that he's going to give that job up. Russell Wilson missing time early. He's not going to play in this game because of what Mike Tomlin is designating as minor training camp injuries. But the more work that Justin Fields gets, in my opinion, the better, because Justin Fields' athleticism is A, off the charts, and B, if you're a team that wants to run the football with Arthur Smith, having a guy like Justin Fields helps you run the football more so than does Russell Wilson. But the Texans will have their hands cut out. And there's been a lot of questions about J.J. Watt, etc. D'Amico Ryans on Up and Adams the other day with Kay Adams talked about JJ and the conversations about him having the freedom to call him whenever he needs him.
Is there room for JJ Watt on this team? TJ kept the door open.
Yeah.
Casario kept the door open.
Right.
Now you better close the door, coach. You got the opportunity right here.
JJ knows. Anytime he's ready, I'm ready.
What does that mean?
If he's ready. JJ's been out now for what, 2 years? When you stop playing football for 2 years, it's hard to come back.
So you're saying that knowing it's an open invitation, but he's probably not going to take it.
It's always open for JJ. I'm never closing that door.
We're leaving the door open.
It doesn't sound like JJ's coming back, but Miko said if he wants to, that door is wide open for him. So it's going to be very interesting to kind of see how that plays out. But Danielle Hunter is one of the huge additions on the other side of the ball, and it's being dwarfed by the Stephon Diggs and the additions that they made with Joe Mixon and just that offense and how scary it looks. But Danielle Hunter is very, very impressed by what this defense could potentially look like.
It's going to be fun, being able to go out there with my teammates, rushing together as a unit, as a defensive line. All that wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for us working together as a unit last year. But this year, it should be even better because we have more veterans. We have over 40 years plus of combined experience years in our defensive line room. So we're pretty excited about that.
And from playing with Kirk Cousins, and now he's playing with CJ Stroud. And Kay Adams asked him if he had seen any wow moments from CJ Stroud to this point, now that they have been teammates through OTAs, mini camps, and now parts of training camp.
Yeah, I definitely see it all the time, because him being able to focus down the field. And one of the things I'm mostly impressed about him is how he steps up in the pocket. He could I don't know if he has a third eye or something, but he feels the rush coming and he's able to step up, making it that much harder for us to get to him. But that's been really impressive, and the kind of throws he's been making in practice. Also, with the connection of Diggs and CJ, I think I've seen something like that in the Pro Bowl because I was watching them. We were going against them in the 7-on-7 deal, and they had like a good connection. So I was like, oh wow, they seem to connect really well.
And now they are teammates, so it's good. The connection will continue. Listen, it's going to be fun. Texans take the field tomorrow as they take on the Steelers. Join the Blitz out at the Roo Pub, 2 to 6. I'll be coming on as soon as they're off. This has been Extra Innings with Pleasure. Thanks for joining me this evening, guys.
George gets justice.
Hurt in a wreck? Get George. Hit by an 18-wheeler or commercial truck?